Today we are going to talk about dictionary and operations on the dictionary. Fine. So these are the contents of the presentation today we'll be covering. So starting with the introduction to dictionary, let's start with the real life dictionary. If we talk about the real life dictionary, we all have seen the dictionary in our real life, in our school days, in our college life, now in university life, whether it is e-dictionary or we are talking about the physical dictionary. So basically what we have seen in that dictionary is a real life dictionary holds words and their meanings. And now we can correlate this dictionary with the Python dictionary. So in Python dictionary, we have the key value pairs. So you can see over here, key value pairs. So basically, if you correlate with key value pairs, you can see over here that key is a word and value we can have is the meaning. So it is a similar kind of dictionary, but it is handled, stored, and created separately through the programming language Python. So otherwise, it is a key value pair. Key will be your word and value will be your meaning that you have already seen in your real life dictionary. So dictionary, it is an unordered set of key value pairs, unordered set of key value pair of items. So basically, one key value pair becomes one item, multiple key value pairs becomes multiple items in the dictionary. Python dictionaries are something completely different. They are not sequences at all, but are instead known as mappings, right? So another term we have seen that it is, we can say it is also known as mappings. Mappings are also collections, right? So we have already seen the difference between sequence and the collection of other objects, but they store objects by key instead of by relative position. So earlier we have seen we have the relative positions, but here we will be storing the object with the help of key in the dictionary. So in fact, mappings don't maintain any reliable left to right order. They simply map keys to the associated values. Dictionaries, the only mapping type in Python's core object set, they are mutable, right? So you can see that this is mutable. They may change in place and grow. In place, I think you all know about in place, and grow means you can add the elements over here. Shrink, you can delete the key value pairs from here, like we can say we are doing in the lists. So when written as literals, literals means values, basically you are putting in the dictionary. So when written as literals, dictionaries are coded in curly braces and consist of a series of key colon value pairs. So here you can see we have key colon value pairs. So here we are putting colon for separating key and value. Dictionaries are useful anytime we need to associate a set of values with keys. That is to describe the properties of something. For instance, key can hold any primitive data type, whereas value is an arbitrary Python object. So here you can see primitive data type. Key can hold any primitive data type, whereas the value is an arbitrary Python object. The items in the dictionary are separated by comma and enclosed in the curly braces. So we have key value pairs, right? And each item has key and value, which is distinguished with the help of colon, and each item in the dictionary is separated by comma. So you can see the example over here. We have taken 3-item dictionary with the keys as food, right, quantity. So you can see here as food, quantity, and color. And the value corresponding to food is spam, corresponding to quantity is 4, and corresponding to key color, the value is pink. And we have enclosed in curly braces. Then we are moving to the next part, creating a dictionary. So how to create a dictionary? Creating a dictionary is as simple as placing items inside the curly braces separated by commas, as we have already discussed. An item has a key and a corresponding value that is expressed as a pair key colon value. When the values can be of any type, can repeat, keys must be. So this is the important part over here. Keys must be immutable, right? Keys must be immutable. Immutable type means that cannot be changed. Like we can say that it can be a string, it can be a number, it can be a tuple, because their property is immutable. But if you talk about list, so that is mutable, so that cannot become the key of the dictionary. And the keys must be unique as well. You can see over here the keys must be unique. So two properties you have seen over here for the keys. First is the keys should be unique, and others, the keys must be of immutable type. Okay, so these are the important properties. Then when you are creating an empty dictionary, how can you create an empty dictionary? You are keeping the name of the dictionary by yourself, by your own choice, putting equal to and open closed parenthesis with nothing inside it. So it will create an empty dictionary. Then dictionary with integer keys. So as you can see over here, it is first key. This is the another key, and the data type of these keys are integers. And correspondingly, this is the value corresponding to the key 1, and they are separated by colon. Then you are putting comma over here to separate the second key value pair, in which this is the key and this is the value, and they are separated by colon over here. So this is your first key value pair, right? And this is your second key value pair. So you have two key value pairs inside the dictionary. And the data type of the keys over here is integers. Then dictionary with mixed keys. Mixed keys means the data type are of mixed data type. So here you can see over here, the name is of string and this is of number, right? Integer. So here corresponding to name, we have a value which is of string, right? Data type, and this is of, yes, list. So here you can see that this list can be as the value, not as key. So it is not the case that list cannot come in the dictionary, so they can come at the place of value. Next is, how can you create the dictionary by using the dict function, DICT. So DICT, this function takes only one argument, right, inside the parenthesis, and if you pass it 3 lists, you must pass them inside a list or a tuple. Otherwise, it will throw an error because it can accept only one argument. Let's look at the example. So the variable name is my_dict, and you are using the function dict over here. You can see over here. So as it is a function, you have used these open closed parentheses, and inside you are passing the you are creating a dictionary. So here what you are doing is, you have the dictionary that is passed to it through the curly brackets, fine, and then what you are doing over here is this dictionary has been created. Fine. So here you are passing one dictionary with this one next dict. If you are trying to pass three pairs, right? You can see over here that three elements has been passed over here in curly braces. Fine. So this is the first element, this is the second element, this is the third element. It means you are passing three arguments to the dict function, which is an error. It will create a problem for you. So then it means you need to pass on only one, and that should be here you have used the curly braces. You can see over here. Okay. So next is from sequences having each pair, each item as a pair. So you can see over here that you have passed basically the list. Fine. So you have enclosed in the square bracket and the first key value pair in the parenthesis, comma, the second key value pair in the parenthesis. So you can see from here, we can also create a dictionary using the built-in dict also. So empty dictionary, dictionary with integer keys, dictionary with mixed keys, and you can create the dictionary through the dict function as well, but it is taking only one argument. So then you can create the dictionary through dictionary comprehension also. So we have already seen list comprehension. So here you can see that you can use the loop for creating the dictionary, right, with some properties in the elements. So you can see over here that you have created the name as mydict, right? And then you have the curly braces over here that represents the dictionary. Fine. Now you have such expression x multiply by x, right? So this is the then what you are doing is this is your column x for x in range 8. So you are starting from 0 to 7. So first it has started with 0, value becomes 0, 1, then 1, then 4 is to 2. See, this key is you are picking the value one by one, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. First, you are multiplying 0 with 0, right? It comes out to be 0 as key. Then 1 with 1 comes out 1, 2 by 2. So it means now the key is 4. So what you have put over here, right? So this is the key. And then colon, you have put the colon over here, and then simply whatever x is, x was 2. Here you can see x multiplied by x colon x. So this is x multiplied by x means 4 multiplied by 4, and 4 has come over here. In this way you have generated the values corresponding to the key dictionary as well, key value pairs. So in the above code you have created a Python dictionary to hold sequence of numbers from 0 to 7 as keys and numbers 0 to 1 as values. So declaring one key more than once. So if you are declaring it, you can see over here, because we have already seen that unique keys should be there. So what you are doing over here is that 1 is to 2, right? 1 is to 2, 1 is to 3, 1 is to 4, 2 is to 4. So here corresponding to these three elements, you have three items with the key as 1. Now you try to display it. So what it will do is it will not use this 1 is to 2, right? It will not use 1 is to 3. It will take 1 is to 4 and 2 is to 4, right? So whichever is the last one it has taken. So as you can see, what it is doing is 1 is to 2 was replaced by 1 is to 3, which was then replaced by 1 is to 4. So this shows that a dictionary cannot contain the same key twice. If you are trying to do that, it will replace the existing with the latest. Now declaring an empty dictionary and then adding elements later. So here we can see that we are creating the empty dictionary, then you are adding element into it by giving the name as the key over here and the corresponding value over here. This is the key, this is the value, this is the key, this is the value. Now try to display it. So this is your first key value pair, this is your second key value pair, this is your another key value pair. And now if you are trying to display the value corresponding to the key name, so it is displaying Bob, right? So here we are effectively using dictionary keys as field names in a record that describes someone. So this is meaningful dictionary what you have created. You have stored the name as Bob, job as developer, age as 40. So this is meaningful dictionary what you have created. And in other applications, dictionary can also be used to replace searching operations. Indexing a dictionary by key is often the fastest way to code a search in the Python. So in which way the searching can be done effectively. Then we are moving towards how you can access the elements from a dictionary. So you can access the entire Python dictionary. You can access a value from the dictionary. Then you have the get function for accessing the dictionary. And when the Python dictionary keys does not exist, what will happen, what it will display. So when you want to display the entire dictionary, you can see over here that you are just giving the name as the dictionary on the console, and it will display the whole dictionary. If you want to access a particular value, so then what you are doing is you are to access an item from the list or tuple, you use its index in the square brackets, right? But here in Python dictionary, it is an unordered, right? Because if ordering is there, you are using the indexing, relative positioning. But here there is no ordering, it is unordered. So for getting the value, you are putting the key inside the squares, right? So in the case of above, we can see over here, if you want to display, so what you will do is you will write dict 3, then 1. So 1 is the key, so it will display you carrots, right? So this is how. Then if suppose this is the my dict we have taken, in which we have stored the squares, right? 0 0 1 1 4 2. So in the last slide we have seen that squares are the keys and corresponding values are the numbers. So if you want to get the square root of 36, basically that is the square root what we have stored. So then you will be mentioning 36 as the key. It will be returning 6 as the output for you. So you can see over here, this is accessed. Then we are using get function. So the Python dictionary get function takes a key as an argument and returns the corresponding value. So how can you use that? So this is the name of the dictionary, mydict, and then you are using the dot for calling the function, and this is the name of the function, and inside you are putting the value. So corresponding to that, we are having this key value pair. So this is key what we have used over here to pass the argument to the function, and this is what has been returned to us by the function. So when the Python dictionary key does not exist, what will happen? If the key you are searching for does not exist, let's see what happens. You try to find out the value corresponding to the key 48, which is not there in the mydict key value pairs. So it will display you the error like this. So it will key error 48. So using the key in square brackets give us an key error. Now let's try to display the same, do the same activity with the get function. You try to find the value corresponding to the 48 using the get function. So it is replacing, it is giving you nothing. It is displaying empty output to you. So as you can see, this didn't print anything. So let's put it in the print statement. So here what we have done over here is we have done the same thing, but we have put the print over here. So same thing into the print. So what it has done is it has displayed none to you, right? So none has been displayed when you are putting the calling of get function for an unknown key into the print statement. It has displayed none. So we see when the key does not exist, the get function returns the value none, but when you are putting into the print statement. So as we have discussed it earlier, and no, it indicates an absence of the value. Then we are moving towards reassigning a dictionary. So the Python dictionary is mutable. So we have already discussed about it, that this is mutable. This means that we can change it, right, and add new items without having to reassign all of it. So how can we do that? First is updating the value of an existing key. So if the key is already there in the dictionary, so you can reassign its value by using the scare brackets. So we can see the example over here on the screen, dict4. So we have declared one dictionary with the name dict4. You are trying to reassign the value for the item with the key as 2. So here you can see that you are trying to modify the value of key value pair having the item as 2 with 4. Previously it was 2. So you are trying to replace it with 4. So when you have done so, it has replaced it. So here the value has been replaced. Now you are trying to add a new key into it, right? So how can you do that? Dict 4 equal to 6, as the 4 key is not there, and correspondingly you are putting the value as 6. You are simply writing the name of the dictionary in square brackets, the new key you want to add equal to the value you want to assign it, and then to try to display it. So at the end of the dictionary it will be added over here. 4:6 has been added. So Python dictionary cannot be sliced also. Then we are moving towards the deleting a dictionary. So if you want to delete an entire dictionary, you can do so. Simply you are writing del. So you can see over here that you are using del and the name of the dictionary. Then you try to print the dictionary. It will give name error. Name dict4 is not defined because it has already been deleted. You want to delete the single key value pair. So simply you are using the del along with the this dict4 and which key value pair with which key you want to delete. So mention the key over there. So 2:2 key value pair will be deleted. Then you try to display dict4, so that key value pair must have deleted. So we have few other methods. We'll be coming to those in later lectures. Then we are moving towards inbuilt functions on dictionary. So you can find out the length of the dictionary. The length function returns the length of the dictionary in Python, and you can see the example over here, length, and within the parentheses you are mentioning the name of the dictionary. So it will display how many total key value pairs are available in the dictionary. So it will return you the number of key value pairs in the dictionary. And if you are giving empty dictionary as argument to the length, it will return you 0 because there are no key value pairs. Any we have already seen. Any is the any function returns true if even one key in the dictionary has a Boolean value of true, right? And all, unlike the any function, all returns true only if all the keys in the dictionary have a Boolean value of true. Then sorted, like it is with the list and the tuples, the sorted function returns a sorted sequence of the keys in the dictionary. The sorting is in the ascending order and does not modify the original Python dictionary. But let's see over here the example. So you can see the dict4. You can see 3:3, 1:1, 4:4. Now let's apply the sorted over here. Sorted, then passing on the name of the dictionary over here. So then we try to display onto the screen. So what it is does, as we can see, the original Python dictionary was not modified, right? But when you have used the sorted over here, right? So at that time, right, at that time only it has displayed this. But the original Python dictionary, what we have stored, it has kept same. This function returns the keys in a sorted list. So then you can see it returns a list. Then we have inbuilt methods on a dictionary. So you can see keys over here. Keys is one of the method. So when you are writing dict for the name of the dictionary we have created, dict for dot keys, it is returning you dict underscore keys within the parenthesis, and within the scare brackets it has mentioned all the keys 3 comma 1 comma 4 values. So when you are using dot values, it is returning all the values, right? Then when you are returning items, so it is returning the items, means key value pairs. Get, it takes one or two arguments, while the first is the key to search for, right? And the second is the value to return if the key is not found. If the key is not found, the second argument what we have passed in the get function will be returned. You can see the first example, dict for dot get 3 comma 0. As the 3 was there, the 3 is returned. Now next line, you can see we are trying to find for 5. So 5 is not as there in as key, so it is returning 0 to us. Then clearing all the elements, right? And then you can reassign. Copy. So here we have two type of copies. You can see over here. One is shallow, another is deep copy. So shallow copy, what you mean by that? A shallow copy only copies contents, and the new construct points to the same memory location. But a deep copy copies content, and the new construct points to a different location. So you can say, so one we have copy, right, in which we have two type of copies. One is your shallow, another is your deep. So shallow, uh, it is pointing, we have a new construct for the dictionary, and this is pointing to the same memory location, but it is creating a new construct but pointing to the different memory location. But it is supporting the copy method, creates a shallow copy of the Python dictionary. So when you are writing a dot copy, creating a new dictionary, so new dictionary, it will return the same thing. Then we have pop. So what is this pop? Pop means deleting the element. This method is used to remove and display an item from the dictionary. It takes 1 to 2 arguments. The first is the key to be deleted. Second is, if the key is not found, what to be displayed onto the screen. So now you have the newly created dictionary using the copy dot pop, and inside the parenthesis you are mentioning the key you want to delete, key value pair for the key, and then it means 4 is to 4 has to be deleted. So it is returning you 4 because it was there in the dictionary. Now if you are trying to delete 5 key item pair with key as 5, and if this 5 is not available, what to be displayed onto the screen? So 5 comma 1, so as the 5 is not there in the key as key, so -1 will be returned as output. So moving ahead, so you can see over here key value pair. Now pop 5, so simply you are writing 5, you are not mentioning 5 comma -1, so you are mentioning 5, so it has given key error equal to 5, and it has raised key error over here. Now we are moving to pop item. So let's first reassign the Python dictionary new dict, right? So we have new dict equal to new, we have added 2 more items over here. So 7 is to 7, 9 is to 9. So we will try calling pop item on it. So when we have done pop item, so it returned us 9 is to 9. So now we are starting the shell and reassigning the dictionary again. So you can see we have reassigned the dictionary. We have again done pop item. So it is returning again 9, 9. So here we can see the same pair was popped. We can interpret from this that the internal logic of pop item method is such that for a particular dictionary, it always pops pairs in the same order. From keys. This method creates a new Python dictionary from an existing one, right? So you have already one dictionary with you and you want to create a new dictionary from the existing one. So from keys is there. So let's take an example. We are trying to create a new dictionary from the new dict. Existing dictionary name is new dict and we are trying to create the new dictionary. So here you can see that what we are doing is uh, it is while first argument it is taking a set of keys from the dictionary, and second takes a value to assign to all those keys, so default value to be assigned. So here you can see how it has been done. So this is the existing dictionary new dict. You are calling the function by putting dot over here, the name of the function from keys, and as it is a function, so you are calling by putting the open close parenthesis. Inside it we have two arguments to be passed. They are separated by comma. First is the keys that you want to include into the new dictionary, and this is the default value you are assigning to the newly created dictionary. So here the new dictionary has been created with 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 as the keys, and these are the default values assigned to these keys. So however, the keys does not have to be in a set. So new dict dot from keys, right? So this is how you can do so. Then like we have seen so far, the default value for the second argument is none. So here we can see nothing has been mentioned over here. So here we are creating the new dictionary, right? And the default values are none. Then we have update, right? So what is this update? The update method takes another dictionary as an argument. Then it updates the dictionary to hold the values from the other dictionary that it does not already have. So see the examples over here. We are taking the example of two dictionaries. One is dict1, another is dict2. So you are updating dict1, right, and passing on dict2 over here, right? So it means dict1 will be updated. And how it will be updated? It will pick only those key value pairs from the dict2 that are not present in dict1. So it will add those key value pairs in the dict1, picking from dict2 that are not in dict1. So you can see that 3 colon 3 is not there in dict1. So it had picked the key value pair 3 colon 3 from dict2 and added into the dict1. Then these are the dictionary methods. So dictionary underscore name dot values we have already seen. str, this is the new one, produces a printable string representation of a dictionary. So you are passing the dictionary inside it. So then update we have seen. Set default, if you want to set the default value corresponding to the key in the dictionary that is not present in the dictionary. Keys, returning the keys to it. Items, it is returning the list of items. Has underscores key, you want to check whether this key is available. From keys, you are creating a new dictionary with keys from a sequence or values set to values. Then type, it returns the type of the past variable. Compare, you are comparing the elements of both the dictionaries. Then we are moving towards the operation on a dictionary. So we have a membership operation over here. We can apply in or not in operators on the Python dictionary to check whether it contains a certain key or not. So we have declared one dictionary dict1 with 3 key value pairs. Now we are trying to find whether 2 key is in dict1 or not. As 2 is there, so it is displaying true. Now it is trying to find 4 in dict1. So as 4 is not there in as a key in dict1, it is returning false. Then how can you iterate on a dictionary? So it's simple. We have already seen a list also. So we have created one dictionary dict4 with 3 key value pairs, and here we are using again the for loop over here. So here for I in dict4. So it is picking one item every time, right? So here it is taking key over here and then multiply by 2. Fine. So here it has picked 1, 3, 4, then 2, 6, 8, because we are multiplying 8 over here. So for every key, so you can see that for every key in Python dictionary multiplies its value by 2, right? And then it prints it. So here the values are picked and multiplied by 2. Because you can see over here what we are doing is printing dict4i means that this key is passed on over here and it is returning the value corresponding to this key, and then it is multiplied by 2, right? So this I basically I is basically picking the this I is picking the keys and this is picking the value, right? Then we have nested dictionaries. So we have already done nested list, nested tuples, so nested dictionaries. You can see the diagram over here in which we have keys, right? First key value pair is simple, right? Second key value pair is simple. Third key value pair, it is key, and corresponding we have nested keys and then corresponding values. So let's see the example over here. So you can see over here, this is your first key, this is your another key. And corresponding to this key, you are having nested dictionary in which further you have 2 key value pairs. Here also you can see, right? So if you want to display dict14, right, corresponding to 4, it will display you the dictionary that is stored as value over here. However, you cannot place it as a key. So we have already seen that dictionary or list cannot be key. So this will be an error, right? So because it is unhashable, it will be unhashable. As you can see over here that it is unhashable. Then is initial dictionary. So these are some of the examples we can see. We have already seen the example of del, how you can delete dict6. So means that you are trying to delete an element with a key 6. So this is again del keyword. So now we are moving towards default dict, right? So what is default dict? So dictionaries are an important part of Python. We already know about it and we have seen it. They are the containers to hold the key value pairs. Default dict is a subclass of the built-in dict class, right? It is a subclass. And when you want to use it, you need to import it from the collections. And if you want to see whether it is a subclass or not, so you can have a function is subclass in brackets. You want to find out for the default dict comma dict. So it is returning true. So let's see this example. A Python dictionary is a container that holds key value pairs. We know key must be unique, immutable objects. So it means that a Python tuple cannot be a key, but a Python list can't, since it is mutable. We have already seen, right? So why it is so? Because a list is unhashable. Let's look at an example. Here you can see the example in which we are having mydict. You are trying to find out the value corresponding to the key B. It is displaying 2. Then you are creating the dictionary through the dict keyword, right? So you are mentioning the key value pairs over here. So dict underscore keys will give you ABC. Now here, if you try, here you can see you have three keys, A, B, and C. Now what you are doing is you are trying to display the value corresponding to the key D. So it will display you key error because this key does not exist in the dictionary. How can we solve this problem? To deal with this situation, we have default dict in Python. First, what we are doing is we are importing this default dict from Python collection module. So you can see over here that from collections import dict, from collections import dict. You can see over here, right? Here we use the Python default dict factory function. It takes as an argument a function object that will return a value. So actually we don't provide a value from a particular key, it will take that value from it. Basically, what is this default dict? As we have seen in the last slide, if the key is not present, it is giving an error. But to avoid this situation, what we are doing is, if such kind of problem comes that you are giving some key that does not exist in the dictionary, it will not throw an error, but it will display the default value what we have set through default dict. So let's see. So what we are doing is, next, first you have imported it from collections import default dict. Next, we define a Python function to return a default value for the keys we do not initialize, means the keys that are not there in the dictionary. So then you are defining a function by writing def as keyword, default value, open close parenthesis colon, return 0. So you have set the value as 0 over here. Creating a Python default dict using the default dict function. So here you are creating a Python default dict using default dict function. To this, we pass the function default value as an argument to this. So here you keep in your mind that you pass the function object. You don't have to call it with parentheses, right? So you can see over here, A corresponding to key A, we have 1, we have B 2, and C 3. And if you try to access the value for the key D, so initially we have seen it is throwing the key error, right? So here it is the full code. You just have a look. What you have done initially, what you have done, you have defined one default value function, then other dict equal to default dict, and you are passing this function object to here without parentheses, right? So this is important over here. And now what it will do is, whenever you are trying to find the value corresponding to a key which is not in the dictionary, it will return you 0 rather than throwing an error. Now you can see over here, we have a dictionary marks, default dict, lambda colon 35. Then you have three keys over here. If you are trying to find the value corresponding to the key ocean at the bottom of screen, it is returning you 35 because we have set the default value to be 35. So now this ocean will be automatically added into the key, right? So these are the more Python default dict. If you try to mention over here like this, print 1 divided by 0, it is not presently interpreted, just you have defined it. But actually when it will be executed, right, it will be called upon, it will give you error. So these are the Python default dict support all the operations that a regular dictionary does. So these include keys and lengths. So you can just have a look on that. So then number of more things that you can explore by yourself one by one. Then we are moving towards the ordered dict, right? So ordered dict means we have been talking about classes from Python collections module, Python name tuple and Python default dict. So now what we are doing is we are looking at the ordered dict. What is this? Python ordered dict is just like a regular dictionary in Python, but it also saves the order in which the pairs were added. So actually it is a subclass of dict. So again, what we have seen is you can just find out whether it is a subclass. So is subclass, then ordered dict comma dict, it will return you true. So to define an ordered dict in Python, we import it from the module collections. We have already seen for the default dict as well. From collections, import ordered dict. So then we call this factory function and assign it to a variable in Python. So as we have mentioned over here in the example, d equal to ordered dict, right? So it means now this d has become the ordered dict. Then you keep on adding the key value pairs as it has been given below. D, then mentioning key, and then you are mentioning value. D, then mentioning key value. So in this way, you have added 5 key value pairs into the ordered dict D. Now, if you access D, you can see the order has been preserved in which the defined key value pairs, right? So you can see first A, E, D, B, C, A, E, D, B, C. So same order is there when you try to display it. So when you compare with a regular dictionary, so if we declared this as a regular dictionary, it would produce the pair according to how the keys are stored in a hash table. This is very important because hashing is used over here, right? So this depends upon a random value to reduce collisions, right? In hashing, we have seen the collisions. So collisions are there. So to avoid those, some algorithm is being used. So here you can see first it is the dictionary, right? Right. And then what you are doing is you are just shuffling the elements. So it is saying that they are equal, right? So you are trying to use the equality operator over here, right? So I use equality operator. So it has returned you true over here. And then you do the same activity over here. Now you have an edict, right? So you have added the key value pairs over here and you try to display over here. You have displayed here. So ordered dict you have seen. So this is your ordered dict now, right? Now you try to find out whether D is equal to E. It will say it is false. So because they are not equal. So to reorder a key value pair to the front or at the end of an ordered dict in the Python, you have the function move to the end, right? And it is taking 2 arguments. We will see. So ordered dict. So this is your ordered dict. So let's move. D is the name of this dictionary, and then you have called move underscore to underscore end, and the key you want to mention. So you want to take this to the end at this place, right? So you have used this function for doing this. So ordered dict, now this E has been taken at the end. This method takes a key as an argument, but it may also take another argument last. This may take one of the two values true or false. If you are mentioning true, it means you want to take that key value pair at the end. If you are mentioning it false, it is moving to the front. So here last is to true. So that's why this A has been moved over here, right? And if you have mentioned last equal to false, this A has been moved over here only as first element. Move to the end B. So you have not mentioned anything, so it is considering true, so it has taken over here, right? So in this way, so you can do it. So let's define, you can see over here that new ordered dict is there. We have kept the name as F. You are mentioning the key value pairs, so you are displaying it. It is displaying the ordered dict over here. You try to change, reassign E to 7, right? The value corresponding to key E to 7. So here it was 5 initially, so now you have changed it to 7, right? So it has been replaced with 7. So since the key E already exists, the old order is preserved and it is not ordered to the end. If you are adding new, so it will be added at the end. If you are deleting it, so you can see over here that you are popping the new element E. So you have popped the element E, so E has been deleted from here. Now E is not there, right? So you are inserting again, so this will be inserted at the end position. So this is important. Now we have pop item. Pop item method in Python, Python may take 0 or 1 argument, right? Uh, when for the basically this is last and you are assigning 0 or 1. So when last is true, then which technique will be followed for deleting? LIFO. And if you have used false, so it will be FIFO. So here this is order dict. You have put the key value pairs over here, right? So this is the new G dictionary. UG pop item last equal to false. So if it is false, it means FIFO will be followed, first in first out. So it means this 4 will be deleted. It becomes basically, so first element has been deleted. So here pop item, so it is considered to be true. You have not mentioned this E equal to 5 has been deleted. So then last equal to true. Now the last item is this, because this has already been deleted, so it means it will not be there, and then this will be popped out. Fine. So this is pop item. So these are the contents that websites from where the content has been taken. You can just all go through from all these websites. They are the good ones. So thank you very much.